The new Batman film tells the story of Bruce Wayne, who investigates a sadistic killer who leaves behind a trail of cryptic clues. I watched The Batman. Should you? Let's find out. How's it going, movie watchers? Thank you guys for stopping by my channel. Today we're going to talk about The Batman, starring Robert Pattinson, Colin Farrell, Paul Dano, Zoe Kravitz, and more. This is directed by Matt Reeves, who directed two of the most recent Planet of the Apes films, and Cloverfield. I think he is a very talented director. I was excited to see what he would bring to the Batman universe after what was a disappointment of not having a Ben Affleck solo Batman film. And when Robert Pattinson was announced as Batman, I was a little hesitant at first, but he's a great actor. He's been in so many good films over the years, with The Rover, Good Times, The Lighthouse. I don't think of him in Twilight anymore. I really think The Dark Knight is one of the best comic book films of all time. And I've always thought that it's going to be really impossible to create a film that is going to be better than The Dark Knight, or even coming close as The Dark Knight. And The Batman is very close to becoming one of my favorite Batman films. This film blew me away. I was very happy with how this turned out. For a while, I was a little bit hesitant on The Batman, just the way it looked. I just kind of got this off feeling about the trailers and everything. I was excited to see it. I enjoy Batman as a character, but there was just something about it that just didn't draw me in. But as the film got closer and closer and I watched more Batman films, I got more excited to see it. This is a film that dives deep into Batman being a detective, and he is in year 2 of being the Batman. No other film has explored Bruce Wayne, Batman, being a detective more than this film. From him logging his nights into a journal, and him investigating different clubs and interrogating people. It feels like an investigation detective film, and I absolutely love that aspect of the movie, because when you think of Batman and some of the earlier comics and some of the, Christopher Nolan films and just the Batman in general, he is a detective and he works alongside Commissioner Gordon. And some movies dive a little deeper into that, some just kind of explore it a little bit, and that's about it. This film goes so deep into that, and I absolutely love it, because you really do feel like Bruce Wayne is trying to clean up the streets of Gotham. And by him continuously investigating everything going on in the film, you just feel that drive. He wants to be a symbol of hope. And Gotham is disgusting in this film. It is dirty. It is corrupt. The way that Matt Reeves creates Gotham, the way that it looks like a place that has not been good in years. It's a place that needs to be fixed. It's a place that feels very uncomfortable to live in. And Matt Reeves does a fine job creating the tone for Gotham and having Bruce Wayne fill that need to clean up the streets and help Commissioner Gordon. We have the main villain in here, the Riddler. We haven't seen the Riddler in a live action film since Jim Carrey in Batman Forever, which was very campy, felt like a comic book. It was fun. Jim Carrey was really big at that time. I think he fit the role of that crazy character. But this is a more grounded, realistic Batman film. And Paul Dano gives a really creepy performance. I think he is a really great actor. One of my favorite performances, obviously, is Prisoners. But here, he is so sadistic. He is so smart at everything he does. The clues are captivating. The clues are challenging to Bruce Wayne. But there is moments as the film progresses that makes this character very menacing, and Paul Dano really taps into that role very well. We also have Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman. I really liked her. I always kind of like the character Catwoman, how she kind of teeters that line of Is she good? Is she bad? She helps out the Batman quite often, but she has her own agenda. And I think they had that nice balance within here. She fit nicely alongside Robert Pattinson. They had a pretty good relationship, and she held her own quite often within the film. And I loved some of the action scenes with her. And then one of the best moments in here is Colin Farrell as the Penguin. The last time we saw the Penguin in a live action film was Danny DeVito, and that was very odd. Here, it's true to the character that he is a gangster, and I still could sit here and watch the Batman and not think that it is Colin Farrell. It's that good of a performance and that interesting of a character. And when they announced that they were going to do a Penguin HBO Max show, I thought, well, why? I don't really care about that. Now I need to see it because it is that good. So the villains in here are terrific. We also have Carmine Falcone in the film, and as the film progresses for that character, he also becomes someone very menacing and sinister and controlling. So balancing 4 villains with a 3-hour film, I thought they did a great job because everybody was really connected in a way more than one, and it was very interesting. Robert Pattinson as the Batman. I can't say right now, but I would say that he is as good as Christian Bale. Christian Bale for me is my favorite Batman. I think Michael Keaton is pretty good as well. And Ben Affleck was damn good as Batman. But Robert Pattinson, he's not built like Ben Affleck or even Christian Bale, but since it's earlier on in the career, I didn't expect that. But I do feel that drive, that ambition, the smarts behind Bruce Wayne, him being that detective, and the action scenes are absolutely brutal. Some of the moments when he is fighting some people in the club or some thugs on the street, he is so invested in these action scenes, and I loved Robert Pattinson in here. You could absolutely tell that he wants to be that symbol of hope. He wants to protect people, and I love that he didn't want to shoot people like Batman doesn't want to do. He doesn't want to use guns, and so I love the portrayal of Batman in here, and Robert Pattinson knocks this role out of the park. This is some of the best acting I've seen for a Batman film, and some of the best portrayal of this character. This is just a stunning looking film. There is so many beautiful shots in here. Matt Reeves crafts the scenes so well. One scene in particular stands out as one of the best moments in here. If you see in the trailer, when there is this car chase scene between Penguin and the Batman, the moment leading up to that, as Batman is revving up his engine for the Batmobile, my heart stopped and I was just in awe of what I was watching, and it led to a really stunning car chase scene that was filmed so well. And then on top of that, the score is going to be a memorable score. It's going to be a score where you think of Batman, you're going to think of this. I hummed it in my head so much on the way home, and it fits in perfectly with the film. It really amps up the action scenes, and whenever you hear the score, you are anticipating these action scenes, watching Bruce Wayne absolutely just beat down these people. And so the score fits in beautifully with this film. This movie is magnificent in every single way. It is a film that is almost 3 hours long, but it doesn't feel that way. It doesn't drag at all. It doesn't feel slow. It doesn't feel fast. It just has that right pace. There is some issues for me though, and I think I can easily overlook them. One, I found the lack of Alfred to be a little bit disappointing. With Andy Serkis as Alfred Pennyworth, there was moments very early on that showed a promising relationship between the two, helping Bruce Wayne with the riddles from the Riddler, but they kind of just quickly forgot about the character. There was a really emotional moment between the two. Severe lack of that character within the film. And the motive behind the Riddler I found to be a little bit cliche. I wouldn't spoil it for you guys, but his reasoning behind targeting all these politicians and everything, I just found to be very typical for a character. But I do think these are things that I can easily overlook because everything else is just that good. And so the Batman really impressed me with the directing from Matt Reeves, the acting, the villains in here, how they all kind of integrated and worked together. I thought it was beautifully done, and the focus on the detective aspect of it while also bringing out what is true about these characters and staying true to the comics and the Batman as well was handled so well. So I can't wait to see the Penguin show on HBO Max, and I really hope that they announce another film very, very soon, because I can't wait any longer. I was just blown away by this film. It came very close to being on the same level as The Dark Knight. I just think The Dark Knight is just absolutely perfect, an A+, 5 out of 5 film. But the Batman came very, very close. So before I give you my score for The Batman, make sure to check out my channel. Here I do movie reviews, trailer reactions, ranking videos, tier lists, all that fun movie related content that you see on YouTube. I do it all here, so hit that subscribe button and get it all in one spot. And if you'd like to see where The Batman ranks amongst all of the other 2022 releases I have seen this year, follow me on Letterboxd, and there you can find my ranking. I'm going to go ahead and give The Batman an A. Thank you guys for doing a review for The Batman. Have you guys seen it by chance? What do you think about it? Are you looking forward to seeing it again if you have seen the film? Stay tuned for more up and coming content like this. My name is Just Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.